Hey guys, welcome to Suckintosh. Today's Valentine's Day, so for the spirit of the season, in the more romantic scene, we're going to be making what is known as ROPD serum, also known as the Rizz Potion. There's many different ingredients that you need, and I will just slowly add the ingredients as we go and label them on screen for you guys. And I will also be testing the potion after I finish making it. So let's get started. So I would recommend getting a nice mixing glass, like something that you can measure accurately, and get something to stir with. I'm gonna get a spoon. Now, any spoon will typically work for this recipe, but I like to use the smaller ones and not like the bigger ones because it's kind of harder to stir. So anyway, let's get right into it. The first ingredient we have, which is the base of our potion, is white grape peach juice. You can get this at any store, Walmart, Target, Dollar General probably. It's pretty good by itself, but we need this for the Rizz Potion. And there are better Rizz Potions out there, but I wanted to make this actually have a good taste to it. So that's why I decided to pick the white grape peach juice, because it has Anaracamanophosis in it, which is a key ingredient to the potion. So I'm gonna fill this about to 100 milliliters. So make sure that you're measuring this accurately, because you don't want to like overdo the Rizz Potion, because sometimes if you over measure or under measure this, mostly over measure, then you won't get Rizz. It just doesn't work. It'll just be a beverage at that point. So our next key ingredient is actually a very important one. It is raw unfiltered honey, and it has to be raw and unfiltered because bees create Rizz, if you didn't know. They make Rizz through honey. So I think this honey's stuck, so I'm gonna get a different honey. So I found this honey. It was in the pantry. It's a little bit different, but we're gonna use it anyway. So you want to just add a smidgen, just couple drops. Let it in there, and then you're good. You don't want to add too much honey because bees create a lot of Rizz. And you don't want to be overflowing with Rizz, because then you won't even be able to catch a break, and it really sucks. Then you won't ever want to Rizz, and we don't want that. We want you to successfully Rizz. So this next ingredient is another ingredient that goes along with honey, and it is just raw bee pollen, just like the raw material. This not only improves your Rizz, but it improves every other area of your body. This has all the main food groups you need for everything, is bee pollen. And it also has the correct ingredients for Rizz. So what you want to do is you just want to take a small pinch and put it in here. Just sprinkle it in. It really helps you to have better Rizz. And it's a natural ingredient. It boosts it a little bit. But our next ingredient is a more interesting one. It is ground cinnamon. This is something this is really essential for your potion, because it has archidephates in it, which are the part of you that wants to Rizz the other person. So when adding this is making sure that you are rizzing the other person and they're just not rizzing up you, that it's a mutual rizzing. So just add like a sprinkle of ground cinnamon. Oh, that was a bit much, but don't worry, it's fine. We'll be okay. Now, the next ingredient is a pretty obvious one, which is right here, straight sugar. This just boosts your, just put it in anyway. It's very important. The next ingredient I will actually have to go grab. It's a very important ingredient. Now this is what we call Suja Organic Mighty Dozen. And this has what is known as Rizz nutrients. And these are another natural factor that will help your Rizz in many ways. You'll want to make sure and shake it up before you pour it in because it can drastically change your Rizz. And what you want to do is you want to make it to where you fill it up to 150 milligrams. Just a little bit, not too much. You don't want to have overbearing Rizz. Now, there's this other ingredient. It's a bit more of a risky one, but we have to add it anyway. It may make you sick for a couple days, and that's Clorox bleach. Now, normally I wouldn't really add this, but this is essential for Rizz. It boosts the chemicals in your brain to make you just say the craziest things that just, it produces Rizz, like the most Rizz words, and it works every time. So just add like 2 spritz, 3 spritz. We'll add 4 for a good measure. And before I add my final ingredient, and this ingredient is essential to Rizz. Without this ingredient, the Rizz Potion won't work. It'll work a little bit, but this is basically the main activation ingredient to make your Rizz Potion work. Now, what you want to do is you want to, before you add this ingredient, make sure you're stirring all of this together. Make sure that that's all stirring in there correctly. Okay, I'd say we're pretty good. But there's one final ingredient, and you cannot add too much of this ingredient, or you will get what we call type 5 diabetes. We don't know where it comes from. I think it comes from like too much Rizz or something, but we don't actually know. If you add too little, it'll explode and burn your house down in 10 minutes. So you have to add the perfect amount, and that is peach Faygo. And you might be thinking any peach soda will work, but only Faygo. Faygo, the company, adds these very specific ingredients to their drinks to where it perfectly crafts the perfect soda. And they have a couple ingredients in here, Valentines and moxilocin. Those are what blend all the Rizz ingredients together, along with adding their own ingredient to make the perfect Rizz serum, and it works every time. You will never not get Rizz. So I'm gonna crack this sucker open. This stuff is good. This stuff is good stuff. So you'll want to add about up to where it's at 250 milligrams. And once you add this, you'll want to add 1 more scoop of sugar because, you know, this improves the 2 more scoops of sugar. This just, don't question it. You'll want to mix this thoroughly mix it. It is very important that you make sure that this is thoroughly mixed. mix it for about a minute or two. Just let all the ingredients kind of move together. Okay, so once it is thoroughly mixed together, you can't just drink this straight out of the pot. This is way too strong to be used all by one person. So that's why you need to get a shot glass. I picked this tiny little, it's like a little glass coffee mug, has a little handle. I think it's pretty cool. And we're gonna be pouring it into this and taking a drink. You'll wanna swish it around a little bit to make sure all the ingredients are in. Ooh, yikes. Does not smell very great. But for the video, I will be showing you how much Rizz I get after this.
Hypothetically, what if I saw you at the red light, and I honked my horn at you, and then we made eye contact, and I said to you, "What's up, baby girl?"